So here we are starting a brand new series on the new private server called RuneGuild. For those of you who were unaware of this server's launch, you are hearing about it now. It has multiple XP rates, Iron Man options. Server just released about a week ago, so the high scores are still really competitive. The reason I'm choosing this server though is mostly due to the lead developer, who's the owner of the server, which is always a good sign. He's been working so hard on the server, making lots of updates, making it one of the best servers I've seen. But most specifically, and very recently, there's been a lot of quality of life changes that have made my gameplay like way more enjoyable, and it's kind of inspired me to finally start the series. All the skills are functional, so we are going to be trying Ultimate Iron Man. Since we have construction and play our own house, we can use a bunch of the storage there, and this game does also have a very unique death storage, so we can be using that throughout our entire gameplay. We don't have to wait for Zulrah unlocks or dropping items on the ground, so that's really good. We're going to be going right into, I think, the wilderness at low combat level because we won't be able to be attacked by anyone, so we're probably going to start at Revenants, try to get us a looting bag, and maybe a bit of starting gold so that we can go straight into skilling. So this is my second character. The first one I made was on also an Ultimate Iron Man, but it was on the hard XP mode. So we're gonna bump it up a bit to get more content out there for you guys to see. We're gonna be picking the easy game mode, which is 100 times XP and 30 times skilling. The last game mode I picked was only 5 times combat XP and 5 times skilling XP, so this will really speed it up. It'll help me to make videos a lot faster. And that way you guys can see what the server is all about and still join it when it's relatively new, hopefully. I was debating starting off this video with like a tour of the server, but I think that the tutorial does a really good job of explaining where everything is. But there was one thing that I wanted to show here, which I really appreciate when servers do this. Iron Man can't access the regular stores, which I think should always be a thing. But what they have here is if you right click on the NPC, you have Iron Man options, which have significantly less powerful gear, but gear nonetheless, and it really helps to start the account off. I'm just going to be picking up a couple items here that we'll need at Revenants. I think I'll get some range supplies, but most of my money is probably going to be spent on runes, because we're going to be doing magic for most of the way, since there is an Ibn staff in the store here that's going to be a huge damage upgrade as soon as we have the magic level to cast that. I was just about to head to Revenants, and then I totally forgot. Every time you join a new server, always go straight to the vote manager. They usually have some pretty insane rewards in there. This server specifically has some rewards that I really want to get. They have the looting bag and the rune pouch. The reason I'm interested in the looting bag is because unlike OSRS, which is really generous with the drop rate, it's like 1 in 10 or 1 in 15, even from low-level monsters. Here, it's only about 1 in 1,000 currently. I think he's planning on changing it, but it's 1 in 1,000 right now, and it only drops from certain monsters, so the chance of us getting it is pretty low, and this is a good fail-safe for us to get. But hopefully we'll get lucky, and we can go straight into buying the rune pouch, because that's going to be huge for the amount of inventory space that we're going to need. And yet again, I was heading to Revenant Caves, but then I see in my chat box that an Edgeville boss just spawned. They have insane loot, and you can get really lucky and get some good stuff from there. So I'm going to go to rock crabs instead. Try to get to about 30 range so that we can do just enough damage to the boss that we can get some loot. The reason I'm not going higher than 30 is because I have the 100 times combat level on, so I'm actually going to get quite a bit of XP just from fighting the boss itself. So the aptly named Edge boss is right next to the Edgeville home that we have set up here. Luckily, I don't think I will die from this boss because he only has area of effect abilities around the player. You can see going on in the background right now, which is really nice. So I'm just going to speed this kill up, and you can see what I get for loot in a second. And the boss is dead. It's pretty fast with this many players. Normally it's only like 2 or 3. Recently, so our loot was a bunch of RuneGuild tokens, which is going to be super helpful for us, some mithril bars, and we did get Ranar Siege, which is going to be huge because there is no seed merchant, and Herblore is definitely going to be the hardest skill to level up, and We're going to have to be really RNG reliant on what seeds we get, so we're going to have to try and save as many of them as we can. There is the RuneGuild token altar here that we can sacrifice our tokens to try to get some loot. We got some combat potions. That's not really helpful to us right now, but we'll put it in the looting bag if we get one soon. If not, we'll probably just end up dropping them. And we finally made it to the Revenant Caves. What are we doing here? We are looking for an early bracelet drop, which will make our trips so much easier. We're looking for a looting bag. Any alchable items would be nice to have some money for skilling. We'll stay here until we have either a decent amount of money or a looting bag. There is also an extremely slim chance of getting one of the high-level unique weapons here, but they're like 1 in 16,000 or something like that. We are going to have to be sneaking by this dragon until we get a bracelet, which is really dangerous because on my other account he hit me for like 30, so hopefully he doesn't aggro on us, but I'm just going to speed things along here until we get some noteworthy drops. Sadly, we did get aggroed on by the dragon here, but luckily you can just run out of aggro range and then come back, and it's not a big deal. But we can just go back to fighting imps. Oh, he has longer range than I thought. Oh my... Not even close. So I think I can get out of here. Yeah, okay, so I think as long as you leave his vision range, he'll go back to wandering, but just to be safe, I'll walk a bit farther. Hopefully he doesn't smite me when I come back here. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. So I just ran back to town here. We're gonna try empty out our inventory a bit. It's getting quite hectic. I think that there's a lot of junk in here we don't need, like this range gear and these runes. We're going to also upgrade to an Iban's staff, which is going to be a huge damage increase. It'll make killing a lot faster. I probably should have brought some food with me. I thought I could kill this pyre fiend, but it just doesn't seem like it. I don't think I can flinch him either. Or I'm just really bad at it. Oh shit, he's coming around the corner. Oh. This is why you don't pick hardcore. Well, this is why I don't pick hardcore, at least. It was an unsafe death, so all my stuff will just be on the ground in the wilderness there, so we're just going to run back and get that. I keep getting insanely low health. I swear this dragon, it knows exactly where I'm going to go, and it waits to move until after I click. No, it hit me through the wall. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to quickly update the way that I'm recording here from game capture to screen capture so that you guys can see the RuneLight extensions here. Great thing about this server, almost all of the RuneLight plugins do work, which is great. As you can see, the loot tracker here. We haven't killed nearly as many as I thought we have, but you can see we got quite a bit of money from the alchables, which is great. Oh, we just got a sweet upgrade. We got the looting bag finally. Well, I don't know about finally. It feels like finally because of the drop rate on OSRS, but I think that the drop rate is still unchanged here from release, which means that it was a pretty insanely lucky drop. I'm just gonna double check here. Yeah, we got pretty lucky on the drop rate there. That is a huge upgrade though. We can go straight into spending our voting tickets on the rune pouch, and that's going to save us even more inventory space. I think I'm almost done here. I'll probably just get a bit more money from Alex so that we'll be ready for like construction leveling and some crafting levels as well. And that's going to be our last Revenant kill. We did end up getting the bracelet. I didn't record it though. I didn't think it was that noteworthy. But we are going to go and level crafting now because we got some dragonstone drops, and an amulet of glory is going to be a huge upgrade. They do have molten glass in the Iron Man shop, so it shouldn't be too bad, honestly. Man, it's so nice to have an empty inventory after all that stuff was in there. I'm just selling the last of these runes. We're going to have 24 open slots. I don't think the fire runes are even worth selling. This is going to make our crafting grind so much easier. I'll just update if anything important happens. And looking at our XP tracker on the side here, you can see we're getting probably actually over 5 million XP an hour, which means it's only like 30 minutes to get from level 1 to 80, which is amazing. And We're probably going to go to about level 84 crafting. There was something at 84 that was important. 87 would be nice too. I'm not quite sure which I'm going to go for. I did want to show off quickly though after I sell this inventory. It does have all of these RuneLight plugins. Is a huge list, and they all do work, which is amazing. And that will be level 80 crafting. I've just been looking through these RuneLight plugins for like 20 minutes now, messing around with them. This UI is too big. I would like to have it a bit bigger, but it's hard to get like a good balance. I really love this loot bag viewer. I'm probably going to leave that up for the majority of this series if I can make it smaller. I think that it's going to help us a lot in keeping you guys up to date with what I have in there as well. So we did end up training crafting all the way to level 87. I was going to stop earlier, but then I decided, well, next time I want to train crafting, I don't have to make lantern lenses anymore, which is going to be nice. We have to get level 40 mining and 40 smithing so that we can make gold bars. There is no gold bar spawns on this server, like there's not in the Varrock basement for the bank either. So we'll just make a couple gold bars, make these dragon stones into jewelry, and we'll have some huge upgrades on our account. So we did get a clue drop while we were mining, which is great. The clue scrolls in this server are really easy, like they're all cryptics, and they don't have like item requirements that I've seen so far, which is amazing. I've been making all of the bars into arrowheads. On this server, you use the feathers on the arrow shafts, and it doesn't just make the 15 like it does on OSRs. It does it like RuneScape 3, where you click the feathers on the arrow shafts and then it asks how many you want to make, and then you make them all like back to back, which is great. It's slower, but it seems to be the fastest fletching XP that I've found, at least on this server so far. So I did just do that clue step, the last one. We got the casket. I'm gonna open this up and see what we get. We did get one unique, which is okay. Not the best clue, but it's a good alch as well, so it's not too bad. I think I'm going to end it there tonight. We are going to put these plate legs, though, in the looting bag because we can store them in the POH later. And I'll see you guys in the morning. I just woke up, and we're going to go straight into voting since it's been about 12 hours since last time I voted. I was watching over this clip again, and I realized that the right side of the screen is cut off. You can't see the inventory. It's the way I'm using the game capture. I swap later in the video to screen capture again, and then everything works better from there on out. So just bear with me for a bit. And here we are at the crafting guild. I'm just going to get the gold to make the bars now. I'm not actually going to die and get the dragon stones out yet. I'll do that later, but I'll get enough gold bars to turn them all into jewelry first. So I decided with all the running around we're going to have to be doing that, we should probably level agility. And I also just looked at the other side of my screen and saw that the right side of my screen with like the inventory and stuff was cut off in the minimap, so you guys couldn't see that. Anyway, I fixed it now. We'll probably be doing agility till like hopefully level 80. I find that I only do a skill for like an hour before it just gets too much for me. So like the Revenant Cave was exactly 1 hour, and the crafting skill was probably like an hour and a half. I'm not sure, but we'll keep going with agility and see how high we will go. So we are coming up on our first Mark of Grace drop right on this rooftop over beside us. And because there isn't unlimited run energy on this server, I would like to get full graceful eventually. In the last release they had it so you could trade them for XP, but on 100 times XP mode, I don't think that it's really worth it. So we'll just go straight for the graceful, and we can store that in our POH when we get that upgraded. And here we are at the Wilderness Agility course. As you can see, the XP is quite a bit higher than the last ones. So we're going to stay here maybe till like level 80 agility. The thing is, this XP is on par all the way up to RD course. The only thing is you don't get Marks of Grace, but we can always get those later as well. One good thing is in the quest tab, you can actually see how many players are online and how many players are in the wilderness. And right now, I'm the only person in the wilderness, so it's a really safe place to be as well. But we'll see how long we stay here for. And here we are on the last lap of agility at this course. We're going to get level 80 from this. As you can see, we got some insane magic XP. We went all the way to level 94 magic. It says 5.2 million XP an hour, but it was actually more like 8 million XP an hour. It's just that I ran out of fire runes and I didn't want to go back because I was so close to getting it over with. I'm going to go check the Relica agility course just to double check the XP, see if it's worth going there or coming back to here until level 90. So I've been doing this agility course for about 10 minutes. It looks like the XP is pretty much the same as the wilderness course. There's not much of a difference. I don't know what it is about this course. I think the colors are just really bland and I don't enjoy it as much as the wilderness course because of all the contrast with the lava and the water and the ash. But anyway, I am going to cut the video here though because it's really long. I wanted to make sure that there was like enough content for you guys to see for the series related, but also I wanted to showcase some things from the server, maybe attract some new players. I hope to see you guys in game. I hope you give it a shot. I think that the server's great and the community seems pretty active. There's a lot of people who have been here for several releases of the server so far. One thing I did want to mention is if you check the store page on the website, nothing in there is game breaking, which I really appreciate about a server. But I'll just show you guys my stats here at the end of this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.